It's Fired Up Friday, and this isn't your average pep talk. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Yeah, the one they warn you about. I'm Jordan Banderas, and today we're setting your fears on fire, torching your excuses, and waking up the beast that's been sleeping inside you. Because if you want to take control of your life, it starts right here. New drops every week, but this one's about to hit your soul where it's uncomfortable. Let's burn the old version of you to the ground and let's get something straight. Money doesn't corrupt. No, it doesn't. It exposes. Yes, it does. It strips the mask clean off your soul and forces you to face who the hell you always been underneath the pretending. Yes, that's exactly what money does. Because money isn't evil, it's neutral. It doesn't pick sides. No, it doesn't. It turns the lights on in a room you've been hiding in. And when that light hits, you see everything. Every truth, every insecurity, every pattern you saw, you change. That's what money does. It magnifies what's already there. When you finally touch a little bit of it, everything shifts. Not because the paper has power. Money doesn't have power. But because it reveals what was already inside you. Your walk changes, right? You change your walk every time you make more money. Your thoughts expand. Your silence starts to feel different. Because poverty is loud. But peace, the one thing that everybody wants right now, peace is expensive. Yes, it truly is. Do you remember the first time you were not broke? That tiny moment when your pockets didn't rattle with struggle, but with possibility? It wasn't about the money. It was about what it represented. Freedom, space, breathing room. That feeling, that inhale after years of gasping is dangerous. Yes, it is. Because once you taste it, you can't go back to suffocating. That's when you realize something wild. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys options. And options are oxygen when you've been drowning in survival. Money didn't make you greedy. It made you aware. Aware of how small your world used to be. Aware of how much noise a struggle creates in your head. And once you finally hear silence, you never want to lose it again. No, you don't. That's why there's so many scammers out there. All those gurus that are scamming people out of their hard-earned money. But then comes the lie. The one they feed you your whole damn life. That wanting money makes you selfish. That chasing success means you've changed. Who planted that thought? Who did? Usually, it's people who never learn how to earn, manage, or multiply their money. They fear what they didn't understand. So they disguise their fear as morality. They told you money is the root of all evil, right? I heard that so many times growing up. Well, guess what? That's not the case. Ignorance is. Because ignorance is what keeps people powerless. Money is a tool. And tools only become weapons in untrained hands. Think about it. Just think about it. So now you live between guilt and growth. Part of you wants more. The other whispers, don't be greedy. But that guilt, that's not your conscience. It's conditioning. You inherited from generations who were taught to survive, not thrive. Your grandparents, your parents, and people before them. They were told to stay grateful for scraps, to work harder, not smarter, to never question the ceiling built above them. But their ceiling was meant to be your floor. You honor them not by repeating their limits, but by breaking what broke them. That's how you actually honor your family. By breaking their limits. Those limits that were passed down to you. Like it was a family secret. Now, do you remember the first time money changed how people looked at you? The sideways glances, the quiet moments, the sudden you've changed. No? You didn't change. They just couldn't handle your evolution because money doesn't just expose you, it exposes them. The same people who clapped when you were drowning went silent when you started swimming. Their loyalty was never love. No, it wasn't. It was leverage. And the moment you stop renting your struggle, they cancel their subscription to your success. That's when you learn. Money doesn't change people, it reveals them. The greedy got louder, the jealous got quieter, the real ones stayed. You stop asking, why are they acting different? And realize they were just acting. Because money turns every relationship into a mirror, and most people can't stand what it reflects. When your reflection starts winning, theirs starts shrinking. It's true. There's gonna be a lot of jealous people around you when you start winning. But here's the twist. Money doesn't always bring joy. Sometimes it brings emptiness. Remember when you had nothing but still gave? That was pure. Yes, it was. Because generosity when you're broke, that's soul. But later, when you had something, giving felt heavier, right? Because you were not giving from love anymore. You were giving from guilt. That's when you learn the truth. Abundance without alignment is just anxiety with a prettier view. It's true, it happens. So now the question hits hard. How do you chase more without becoming what you hate? Oh, that's a good question. You want to know the answer? At least my answer. You don't chase, you align. Let your principles lead, not your paycheck, because money isn't the test. You are. Every dollar you touch exposes your truth. If your values are weak, money will shatter them. If your values are solid, money will spotlight them. So be honest. Have you ever sabotaged your own success? Not because you were not ready to win, but because you were scared to outgrow the people who refused to evolve with you. You dim your light. You play broke to stay relatable. You made yourself small so they could feel big, right? But you can't inspire by pretending to fail. You only inspire when you rise. So stop apologizing for your evolution. Your growth isn't arrogance. No, it is not. It's alignment. Money has a way of revealing what's unhealed. It doesn't change character, it amplifies it. When you're broke, your flaws are whispers. When you're paid, they're on a megaphone. That's why people live paycheck to paycheck. Because they have this scarcity mindset that as soon as they get money, what happens? They spend it all within days. They don't even wait until they get paid again. They're broke within days. That's the megaphone, your mind, the scarcity mindset, the greediness. Because here's the thing, you can't hide behind, I don't have enough anymore. because now you do. And that's when money starts whispering. What will you do now that you have no excuses? And most people can't handle that level of honesty. No, they can't. And I know I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about because I also see it with other people. I see it with the people out there just like you right now. If you're struggling with money, you know this is hitting you right in the center of your heart because it's true. Money is the mirror that never lies. It doesn't create greed, kindness, or discipline. It magnifies them. If you were generous with $10, you'll be unstoppable with 10,000. If you were reckless with $100, you'll be chaos with 100,000. So stop blaming money for your reflection. Fix the person in the mirror. Because if you don't master your emotions will master your finances. And that will keep you broke. That's generational brokenness. That mindset that keeps being given to the next person in the family. It's your inheritance. You say, I just need more money, right? But do you really? Or do you need more discipline? I know, the D word. You say money changes people. But maybe it just exposed they were never stable to begin with. Look at how many lottery winners go broke. Because money doesn't solve your problems. It unmasks them. You don't need a raise. You need restraint. You don't need more income. You need more integrity. Because if you can't manage $500, you won't magically master 50,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, right? If you're chasing money for validation, you'll always be broke emotionally, no matter the balance. And right now, social media has amplified this. But here's the truth. Peace or proof, that's the choice. When you're chasing money for validation, one frees you, the other owns you. When you chase peace, every dollar becomes direction, like a compass. When you chase proof, every dollar becomes a drug. You cannot stop wanting it. An addiction to approval is the fastest way to go bankrupt in spirit. Yes, in spirit, because you're going to do anything to get the money. You're going to scam people. You're going to take money away from people that actually need it. Now, let's get real. Let me share my story with you. There was a time I thought money was just for flexing. Not survival, not legacy, just noise. I used to buy things I didn't need. Shoes, watches, status symbols. Just to prove I wasn't broke anymore. Because deep down, I didn't believe I was worth anything without it. I wasn't abundant. I was empty. I was spending like a man trying to bury his insecurity under receipts. And for a while, it worked. I'd post the pictures. People would comment, "You're doing good." But they didn't see the truth. I wasn't fulfilled. I was just numb. Then life hit me. My wife got sick. And suddenly, all that money, all that noise didn't mean a damn thing. Because the question wasn't, what can I buy? It was, what can I save her with? See the difference? Feel it. That's when everything changed. I stopped seeing money as a flex and started seeing it as a force. Not about greed, but about freedom. Freedom to fight, freedom to heal, freedom to protect what mattered most. That was the day I stopped chasing wealth and started mastering it. Because I finally understood money doesn't corrupt you. No, it doesn't. It completes the lesson. It shows whether you chase validation or build vision. And once you know the difference, you stop chasing money and start building meaning, which is important in life. You have to start building meaning with the money that you're getting. So what happens when you stop worshiping money and start mastering it? You become dangerous because now you don't work for money. Money works for you. In the hands of purpose, money multiplies. It builds, it blesses, it frees. Yes, it does. When you use money as a tool, it expands your mission. When you use it as a trophy, it exposes your ego. Purpose pays eternal dividends. Ego just pays bills. And yes, you may say, well, that's what I need to do. I just need to pay my bills. But at what cost? What's the emotional cost? Your wealth becomes your rebellion. And I want you to understand that. Every dollar you earn becomes a protest against every you can't they ever told you. You're not chasing money anymore. You're reclaiming your power. Because every time you rise, you remind others they can too. That's how legacies are built. Not by luck, but by leadership. So let's get real right now. I'm going to ask you a very realistic question. What can you do today? One move, one decision towards mastery, not misery. Budget your blessings. Save before you splurge. I know it's harder said than done. Invest before you impress. Because if you can't respect 100, the universe won't trust you with 1,000. Money flows where it's respected, not where it's wasted. So ask yourself, if the world judge you by your spending, what story will your receipts tell? Do they scream discipline or distraction? Because money tells on you. It shows your values without saying a single word. You can post all the quotes you want, but your bank account, that's your real diary. So instead of chasing money, chase impact. Because impact pays in influence, not inflation. And when you lead with integrity, money will start chasing you. Because abundance loves alignment. Yes, it does. It multiplies where purpose lives. And I want you to understand that. This is what has happened to me. I started living with purpose and money started multiplying. It has given me the option to go from pretty much homeless to being able to buy a house. How did it happen? Well, I aligned with my purpose. So I want you to remember this. Money doesn't corrupt. It clarifies. It reveals what's real. It shows who's loyal, who's fake, and who you are when no one's watching. It's not a villain. It's a mirror. And what you see in it, that's on you. So stop running from wealth like it's sin. Earn it, respect it, master it, multiply it. Because in the end, money won't change you. It will show the world who you already were. The greedy get louder. The generous build legacies. The weak fold under pressure. The strong multiply blessings. Money is not the test. You are. The question isn't, will you get it? No, that's not the right question to ask when you're chasing, or when you're going after wealth, when you're trying to build wealth. It's, what will you become once you do? And remember, always remember, the choice is yours. And that's it for today. If you're still making excuses after this one, that's on you. But if you're ready to move, then burn the damn comfort zone down. And smash that subscribe button so you never miss the fire. Send this to someone who's one decision away from their comeback. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Until next time, stay dangerous, stay relentless, and make them remember your name. And have a great day.